That's not what I would go
But
to.
that's not making you get up every day
Hell
wanting
no.
to. No,
I'm only doing that shit because if I don't, I can't stay in the fucking bed all day.
exactly.
Like I want to
That'll make you
sometimes.
feel worse.
Like don't get me wrong. There's times I wake up, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go right the fuck back to sleep. But I know
don't get
that if
me
I
wrong.
don't,
There's days where I love a bad day.
yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Vin Vin from the Slice Session Elevated Talk, and I'm here again with, of course, the best co-host that I've ever found so far, and that is
Me, Soph.
yeah, it's Soph.
Me.
She's back, and I just love that. And we're trying some different things out today, as you can see. I whipped out my microphone. You see, I have like use my strong hand situation going on. I'm gonna adjust it in a minute, but yeah. So I'm excited to be here today. We've been. I wouldn't want to say we were on a little bit of a break, but I think
A hiatus,
yeah.
a holiday hiatus.
But I think it was a good thing. I think that's like what we have to build into the schedule, because it kind of happened perfectly. You know, I was moving and holidays came up, so it was like, you know,
I was a busy baker.
Right, she was baking up all kinds of stuff.
I forgot your pistachio fudge.
Oh shit! And I forgot that you had extra pistachio fudge, so now I'm even more pissed off. As you can see, I have to hold it like this, and that's fine. But yeah, so let's get caught up. Like, what have you been doing? I mean, we've almost been on like a break for like 3.5 weeks, almost a month. I feel.
Well, I was baking. What I make? 8 cookies.
Yeah.
And confections.
Yeah.
And the English muffins. They were my favorite.
Yeah, the English muffins
holiday
were shit.
baking.
Fuck
English muffins. And then I was moving my apartment around. You were moving around.
Yeah, it was a lot.
We were just living.
It was a lot.
Just living.
But it was nice though.
Taking a break.
Yeah, it was
welcoming
nice.
the new year.
Yeah, right. And at first I was like, I don't really know if I once you take a break, of course, with all this shit, you got to kind of have to start over again. But I was like, you know what? It's okay. Like sometimes you just got to take a break. And it was nice to get the break and not have to like stress about it and all that.
Do you celebrate a new year with the rest of the world New Year? Or do you celebrate, obviously it's like, oh, the whole world is celebrating New Year. So it's like, yeah, Happy New Year. But I personally consider my birthday my new year.
Yeah, me too.
Because I wasn't born before that.
I agree.
So my birthday is my new year. And then we also get like what's the word? Seasonal New Year, which really starts in spring.
Yeah.
So I feel like we get like 3 shots at a new year if you really want to.
I always do my birthday. That to me is my actual new year.
Like when people are like, my resolutions, my goals, I do them for my birthday.
Yeah.
I reflect.
Because like I still have 6 more months on my mind, or whatever, to get it right. But yeah, no, I mean, I know a lot of people like astrologically and stuff, they go year to year, but I feel like it's, to me, birthdays, when your birthday starts,
that's how I feel too.
Yeah. So no, I just want to share a couple of things. One, I'm watching Mob Wives again, so that's very interesting.
Biggie and
yeah, I love that show. If you don't know what it is, and just Google it, but it is funny. And I also secured a job today, so that was that was a big thing today. So I was happy about that. I told people not to give up. Don't give up on yourself. I'm also working on my app, my teaching app or whatever. So there's that. There's a lot of things that I'm doing. So I'm just happy that I've had the time to really, I guess, reflect on it and think about it. But
figure out which route to go.
Yeah. And just, I guess, to have things on the back burner, but also not to realize that, yes, you're going to work potentially and you're going to maybe have to do a 9 to 5 at some point, but you can't give up on your dreams.
Yeah.
And I think this time around where I'm going to be working, I'm still not going to give up on the fact that there's things that I know that I've kind of incorporated into my routine now. I come home and when I do it and stuff like that.
And you're still young enough.
Yeah. I'm not that young anymore. It sucks.
You're still young enough. You are. They say life don't start till 40 and you ain't there.
I mean, I hear that too. Like I think about Jelly Roll. I just see something about Jelly Roll. It's like, I'm 39 years old and I'm, new, whatever. And I'm like, that's kind of crazy to think. And there's a lot of people who started in Hollywood late and artistry late and shit like that and still was able to do it. You know what I mean? But I think, honestly, all of the reflection time that I've had, even over the past like 3.5 weeks or whatever, has brought us to our topic, which we have discussed before, what success might look like to people and things like that. And we joke about stuff a lot and we talk about a lot of topics. And I think with success, we talked about how success isn't the same for everybody. No. And I don't think that a lot of people realize that there are a lot of pressures, I feel, of how people view what success is. And I know it's a sex thing, so it could be, how females have to do and how males have to be. But then there's on top of that, there's the human nature of what you're supposed to be. So, in your opinion, when you hear success, what is success to you?
It has changed so much in my lifetime what success means to me, especially now that I am what am I, 2.5, almost 3 years since I left my like really good federal government career with no plan. I was just like, this can't do this anymore. I did not feel successful, even though I was climbing ladders, earning higher grade levels, getting more pay. That didn't feel successful to me. And I think in this time that I've had to reflect and rebuild my foundation, success for me is waking up every morning grateful, knowing that I am a good person. I don't put a lot of bullshit into the world.
Yeah.
I don't cause harm to anybody.
Yeah.
I have enough to take care of myself to where I'm not taking from anyone else.
Valid.
Um, and I get to spend my days filled with joy.
Yeah.
And that's like a long way to say success to me is being able to maintain a balance of inner peace and harmony within myself.
And that's some deep shit right there. That's deep. No, it really is though, because that's not, I don't think that's how people view what
No,
success
I
is.
used to think I had to like climb that ladder, earn
Yeah.
all that money, do all this. Like that was success.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had some life changes happen and it was like, none of this shit matters. None of this matters to me.
Yeah.
But it's all perspective, perception,
Yeah.
subjective, whatever words we're using. Everyone's life is going to present differently with
Yeah.
what they think. But I am now about to be 46 years old. I am middle aged.
I can't believe that.
And I no longer want to feel like shit every day
Yeah.
to do something for somebody else. With that being said, I have reached out and been like, you know what? With the way the world is now, I should probably go back to work, just to have some backup avenues to do other things that I want to do in life. So I have since started reaching out with some of my network, seeing what's available, maybe go back. But I'm a different person now, so I can maintain my balance better than I could before. Especially most of my issues was I was moving through grief of losing my father.
Yeah.
I didn't know who Sophia was without a dad, so I had to go bare bones and rebuild. I was like, I'm a baby now. I'm a little baby.
Yeah.
So now I'm about to be 5 in my reborn world,
Yeah.
and I got my foundation built. And
There you go.
I can go back and maintain that balance better.
And I think that's beautiful. I think that that's a healthy way to think about it. I think it's a good way to process whatever emotions and feelings you had during the time of your like resurrection. Or,
Yeah, I mean, not on top of all the things I was dealing with losing my dad,
Yeah.
it was also my astrologically, like my Uranus return, which is midlife crisis,
Yeah.
which I rebranded to midlife awakening.
Oh, I like that. Wake.
Because I was like, I'm not really in crisis. I just hate everything and everybody right now.
I mean, and that's valid too, given the situation. You know what I mean? I wouldn't
But
expect you to be happy. wanna talk
yeah,
that
no,
through.
I had to figure my life out.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of myself. I feel like it was a success story for me to have the courage to up and leave my really good career
Yeah.
and take time off. That was really scary for me to do. I've never done that in my whole life.
Yep.
So it was very empowering and scary. And I feel I successfully did that.
I believe you did. And now with me now in this situation of getting the news that I got today, I think very similarly. I was kind of forced into my break, but I've also been telling the universe for about 5 years that your
That
boy
you
needs a
wanted
break. And I've had, people in education, we get breaks, right? We get a week here, maybe whatever.
But it's not.
It's not a break. I was always working, and it's like, listen, I'm not complaining now about it because I heard also that it's not that I had to do it; it's that I got to do it. So at the end of the day, I was able
get
to,
to do
yes,
this.
I get to go and educate young men or young women, or I get to be their person that they come and talk to. I get to do that. That's the difference between my mindset now. And so I know that going into any job, I'm not thinking I can give my all in the same sense where I'm only doing what you want me to do in a
Hmm.
situation and not really allowing me to just be me and do me. And I have boundaries now. I know I can't do
That
everything.
was big with me.
You know, I was always a yes man
A
at
people
work.
pleaser.
Yes, always.
Ugh.
I always said yes. And you know what? It was work. So I figured why not? I'm at work. I might as well. But I thought about that. I'm like, that's how I got burnt out. That's how I got resentful. That's how I got pissy and didn't want to do shit because I'm like, you know, at the end of the day, I'm going home. I'm still working after I'm done. And it's
It's
not
not
projecting
giving
to
you
any
what.
results.
And don't you feel like at some point in time, I feel this has happened at almost every place I've worked, but it's like, I'm saying yes, I'm going above and beyond, but I'm not the one getting the promotion.
Right.
We had a saying that was, if you mess up, you move up.
And
And
that's legit
I
true.
was like, I can't purposefully mess up to move up. That's just not in my nature. I want to do a good job.
Absolutely.
But then I find myself like, that's really what it was when I was like, I gotta leave for a while because I started not caring.
Yeah.
I would go to work and be like, let me apply for this Wheel of Fortune or like, which I got. So
Yeah.
that was
I
fun.
mean, that's valid too.
Um,
That's fun.
you
Yeah.
know, but so I was just like, I don't care anymore. I'd show up kind of late and not care. And this is not me. And I don't like that.
Yeah. You started losing yourself after you got, like you said, you get to a point where I'm making all this money. I was the same place. I made the most money that I ever made. I got a job offer last year. I was excited. I'm like, I got all this. Even the year before when I got offered the money that I did, it was significantly more than I've ever got made.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm there and I'm
And I'm not
still
happy.
stressed. I'm not going
Yeah.
anywhere. I'm still not doing anything because I
I
can't,
can
because I
buy
feel
shit, but
like, and at the end of the day, that's what it was. It was like, I can buy shit, but how much shit do I need?
and then my apartment got full and I was like, now I'm overwhelmed with all the shit in my apartment.
And now what do you do with, you know what I mean? Like, what
Now
do you
I'm
do with that?
donating all the shit I just spent all my money on.
Exactly. So it becomes a situation where it's a push and pull or like a tug with yourself about what you need to do to really reboot your system. And it's
Yeah.
not about, it's beyond just asking yourself what success is. Because even to me, when I think of success before was you need to have a house and you need to have
Hmm.
this and you need to have that. Now, mind you, my version of success is different, but I still want the stability of those
Of
things because
course.
it's what I want out of it. To me, for me to be fulfilled about my life after I'm, you know, as I get older, those are the things that I want because I just want that to secure my
Don't,
feelings, but I don't link success to I don't have a house yet or I don't have this. I
no,
don't link it to that.
me
Like
either.
I'm
But
not, it's
don't
my
you
dream.
feel like, so you're very goal oriented.
Yeah.
We like to set goals for ourselves. And it's like, once you achieve that, it's okay, that was successful. What's next?
Yeah.
So it's almost like we're not that you're chasing the feeling of success, but it's okay, I achieved that. Now I can go do something else successfully.
And that's a
Now I can
growth
do something
mindset.
else
Yeah.
successfully. So, of course, owning a home is a level of success, but it's not owning the home isn't the level of success. Achieving the ability to buy the home and
Yeah.
be a homeowner is what I would view as successful in that goal, but not successful to my life,
No, I agree
if
with
that
that.
makes
No, that
sense.
makes sense. And I also agree. I think that also too, I will look at it as me being able to maintain that home
Is the
actually
success.
success for the peace for my life. Like,
Right.
because that means that I am doing whatever I'm doing to stay stable, to stay whatever, so that I have the ability to actually have this house.
Like my dad would always be like, getting married is not a success. Maintaining a happy marriage for 30 years, that's
And
successful.
that's valid.
Graduating from school is not a success. Getting a good job after and living the life you want. Like that was his thought process. But the more that I reflect on things now that he's gone, a lot of the things he would say start to make sense to me.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of that little, when you're young, it's you think you know everything,
Yeah, right.
but then you step back and it's like, he has actually lived a lot more life than
Yeah.
me. He's a lot more aware of things.
Yeah.
And so I think it's interesting to see what everyone's version is. Because, of course, there's people who think, I got to make $1 million and that'll make me successful. When Maybe you used to be a shit person and you decided you don't want to be a shit person anymore. And every day you get up and do something nice for someone. You're successfully no longer
Yeah,
a shit person.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
People put
Like,
a lot of pressure on themselves, and
yeah.
I think because of social media and everything is so quickly, their little
Also
successes are not
comparison.
enough. Exactly. Like it's all, well, I did this. Like you lose all this weight, or you changed this about your life. You changed that about your life. Like you have to give yourself a little bit more credit. And then at that point, don't think that, oh, because you just did this little thing that it's not enough because
Right.
somebody else
All
is
of them
doing all
add
these
up.
things. We've talked about this too. If at the end of all of this, if I became famous or we hit it off or whatever, that would just give me an outlet or give us an outlet to reach more people. My goal is never to be an influencer like
Right.
that. But we've talked about what an influencer is and how many
Mhm.
people are being jaded by the fact that you can go to places, and I'm not going to put the name because I don't want to, like,
Yeah,
because
of
I do
course.
actually like the fact that they have things that come out that way. Like I've seen voiceover stuff, whatever. But there's companies out there that literally will advertise for an influencer. So
Mhm.
when people are out there talking about, oh, they're so successful and they have all this stuff, it's like, no,
That's
they
their
don't.
job.
Like their job is to sell you the bullshit. And I'm not saying that all of it is bullshit, but the majority of it is kind of bullshit.
Have you seen the movie Keeping Up with the Joneses? It's an older movie, Demi Moore, and
I've
I
heard
forget
of
the
it, but I
other
don't think I've
people.
seen it.
It opens your eyes to so much. It's basically these 4 industry plants, basically. They get planted in this nice neighborhood and they're given the best car, the best watch, the best TV. It's all staged, but their job is to infiltrate that neighborhood and start making these people want to buy that shit
I
because they
did see that
see
movie
how
actually.
like
Yes.
they're successful and it's
Yep.
like, I want what
Yep.
they have. And
Yep.
I mean, perfect example is a Stanley Cup. I
Yep.
never understood that. I don't get it, but you'd see kids crying about not getting a Stanley Cup, and it's like, I want a Stanley Cup right across your head
Yeah.
because I what? You're
Yeah.
crying because you don't have a fucking stainless steel cup that's existed for 50 years and all of a sudden it's popular?
Exactly. And it's like, how many of those same cups have you seen that just didn't say Stanley on it? Now, let's be serious. They don't look any different. I'm not trying to like,
My favorite cup is the one I get with iced coffee from the drive-through. Plastic.
exactly, right?
Okay?
And I'm not saying nothing to Stanley or anything like
No,
that
not
because
knocking them at all. I just
they
the
got a good business
popularity
model
of
too
it
with that.
is
Yeah,
it's like
that's what
it's
it
that
is.
hive mind, and it's
Yeah,
like, I don't know. I grew up in a world where it was like, embrace your differences, learn about other people's cultures and
yeah.
likes and dislikes, and you can agree to disagree. And why do you want to be like everyone else? But now I see everything switching to like everyone wants to be like everyone else.
There's no
Everyone,
individuality.
even like the mannerisms, you
Yeah,
could watch social media and scroll through, and everyone has the same placket. And
yeah.
it's like, do you really talk like that every day, all day? I don't think you do.
Clock it.
Like, I'm clocking your shit, bitch. 'Cause
For real,
you know
for
what I mean?
real.
Mannerisms and this. And it's like, do you not like anything? Do you have to like everything something else likes? Or,
I think that's it's pressure too, and I think the reason why I feel like it even more so is like because I've worked with teenagers that
right.
deal with
The
this shit, and I'm
kids,
just
like,
like, oh, Mr. Hines, what is this on your feet? Like, and here I am spending, maybe $150, $200 on my sneakers because I couldn't afford them like that when I was younger. So now that's what I buy. That's my guilty pleasure,
but we'll also go to a thrift store
right?
and be like,
Absolutely.
look at
But
this.
they're looking at me like, oh, them are fire. But yeah, my Balenciagas were like $500, and I'm like, but for me, I'm not spending 5, 6, $700 on a pair of sneakers. I'm sorry, I'm not knocking anybody who
I'm
did.
driving. No,
I mean, dead ass. Like I
I'm
have
not walking in my
I mean,
Balenciagas.
for real, bro. Like I have responsibilities, and my thing is like not knocking anybody who can afford it, or maybe not
Or
afford
likes
it,
it
or
or
go towards
whatever.
it as a goal. But for me, that is the pressure that they see on social media to what is being what they consider to be
Success.
successful.
Yeah, it's influencing their mindset.
Somebody, I don't know if it was Albany Lou, somebody put out it was a thing about how people put out, oh yeah, they're all successful, looking at this money, but it was fake
Oh, is
news.
the thing that
Yeah.
you know what that made me think of? I should have commented it. Sorry, Louis. It made me kept making me think of was when you'd see people in the miniature violin,
Yeah, right. Exactly.
like wah,
Yep.
wah.
So it's like things like that. There's so much funny money. They just flash it real quick and
It's an
they make you
act.
think, you know what I mean? They make you think that you're something else. Of course, we have a caller that we can't. She's probably like, "Where are you
We have to
guys?"
go put together furniture later.
Yeah, but not yet. So she's gonna have to wait a minute. She's all buzzing. Come on, we're gonna add this in there. So I wanted to just continue the conversation with the success piece of it because
Yes.
when I was talking about it, I was looking at the fact I was watching something yesterday about an ad for a professional growth development thing or whatever. We were talking about it real quick.
Mhm.
I stopped watching it because I looked it up, whatever. But they did have some good things about it. So part of it was they were talking about the internal versus external reality. So it kind of goes off like the Joneses things, right? Like what
Mhm.
you internally feel about what you can actually afford or do, whatever that will drive your success versus what externally is really affecting your outcomes and what you're doing. So the way that I looked at it, what do you think about when you think pure internal reality, like
Mhm.
versus an external reality? How do you, I know that's a deep question, but how do you think that somebody who is, I guess, in conflict with themselves can fix that, I guess, for what success should mean to them? Or I guess in your aspect, if you were in conflict with yourself internally versus externally,
I
how did
was.
well then how did you okay, so then they're perfect. So how did you come out the other side of it in a sense because you noticed what your internal reality was versus what was really going on outside of what you could control?
Well, I think a lot of people look at me and hear about what I did and think like, wow, you're so lucky. And in reality, it took a lot of preparation to get myself not only internally nerve ready to
Yeah.
do that, but also externally to be able to afford to do
So-
it. I was going to work, I was making the money, I was saving the money. I
Yeah.
like jolted my spending so that I could save more money and built myself a little bit of a cushion.
Yeah.
Obviously there were other things within my life that I had to handle. So there was an extra cushion there, but I don't want to ever tell someone I just quit my job on a whim.
Yeah.
I prepared for over a year before that to make sure that I could do this. It was something that I just had that feeling. And then this is so silly, but the day, like, I wasn't even sure when I was going to do it,
Yeah.
but I would just wake up every day. Is this the day that I quit my job and enjoy my life? And I finally got to a day. It was so cute. My work brother, Ian, came in my office at close to closing time. And I just looked up and I knew the next day was a new moon in Taurus, which is so funny because, I base my life on the
Yeah.
stars, which is like abundance, protection, stability.
Yeah.
And I just looked up at him and I was like, I'm resigning tomorrow. And
I gotta go.
he was like, because of me?
It's my
And
fault.
I'm like, no, just because if I didn't say it out loud and
Yeah.
decide it, I wasn't going
You
to
weren't
do
gonna
it.
do it.
And I need to do it.
Yeah.
So I did. And I gave him a month notice, not 2 weeks. I was still really good. I
Yeah.
gave him a month's notice. And I just started preparing to take it easy, to allow myself to let my external reality and my internal reality get on the same page.
Yeah.
My internal reality was struggling a lot, and my external reality looked good,
Yeah.
but it didn't feel good.
Yeah, I agree with that
And
for me too.
and I recognized that it was a luxury. It's not something everyone can do.
Yeah.
It's not something that, is normal, I think. But I never want to say that because I never want to take it for granted.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful that I've had this opportunity to
Yeah.
take time away and get myself in balance and recalibrate and lay a new foundation to continue to be successful
Yeah.
in the way that I view it now.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree because my internal conflict was just, I think I knew what I wanted. I know what I want, but because of everything outside that's pressuring me to either do this, or this,
Mhm.
whether it's bills, whether it's just society, that was my reality. And
Yeah.
I wasn't allowing myself to have the opportunity to really be more forthcoming with what I wanted and really go out and get it. Because at the end of the day, you can dream what you want, but if you're not going out to do something about it, you're not going to get to it. So I was in conflict about all these things that I had. And everybody, we talked about that before too. You do this great, you do that great. Well, I don't want to do that. Or I don't think that that's something that I'm going to be successful at. I know what I want and I don't understand why I can't go out and do it. And it wasn't that I was making an excuse, but I think the cushion for me and the safety net for me was the fact that I did have external factors, right? that pushed me to kind of put my internal reality to the side
Hmm.
so that I could pay attention and not deal with the shit that I needed to deal with, which is why I was not happy making the money that I was making. I was not happy in the role that I was in, even though I loved my students. I love what I did. I wasn't happy because at the end of the day, something was off.
And to me, that is more important. It's more
Yeah.
important for me to have
Hell
that
yeah.
balance, that happiness, that, and I don't even want to just strictly say happy because it's a feeling. Happy isn't every day, all day,
Yeah.
but I want to know that I am at least at peace within my nervous system,
Yeah.
within the way I go out and treat people in the world and with the way I interact with things. That makes me happy.
Yeah.
Like, my mom at holiday time was like, "Sometimes you do too much, and I don't think it's appreciated." I don't care if it's appreciated because it makes me
Feel
happy
good. Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
If you don't like my English muffins, fuck you. But
Fuck you in a nooks and crannies, motherfucker. What?
okay, but best English muffin, Thomas, watch out.
Nah, for real.
Um,
For real. Them shits were good.
but I think that there's no right or wrong. It's all subjective.
Yeah.
But I'd rather be happy. I'd rather be internally happy knowing that I'm not causing harm in the world than have billions of dollars.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would love to be happy with the billions of dollars.
Sure,
But
but
just
I'm just
because we
saying,
were billionaires or become millionaires or whatever down the line doesn't mean that we're going to necessarily be happy. I
yeah,
think,
there's a lot of lonely millionaires and
I mean, for real,
billionaires.
because I think they made their money on, maybe some of them made it on a whim, maybe some of them made it busting their ass and whatever. But I hope that I get to that point. But I think if
And
I get to that point now, this time, it'll feel good because I'm doing
because
something
you
that I like.
reestablished your balance.
And that was very hard for me. It really was. I put a post out on Facebook. Like, I was in my lowest point or at some point. I don't have no purpose. Like, what the hell? That was another thing that I wanted to ask you. What the hell is purpose when it comes to success? Because for the past few months, I was like, I don't even have a fucking purpose. That's what I felt like. And I know that's not right because
No, I
I
get that
have people
though.
in my life. I have people that love me, but that's not what I would
But
go to.
that's not making you get up every day
Hell
wanting
no.
to. No,
I'm only
that,
doing that shit because if I don't, I can't stay in the fucking bed all day. Like, I
exactly.
want to
That'll make you
sometimes.
feel
Like,
worse.
don't get me wrong. There's times I wake up, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go right the fuck back to sleep. But I know
Don't get
that if
me
I
wrong.
don't,
There's days where I love a bad day.
oh, no doubt.
Like, I'm gonna rot in
But
this bed today.
I was
But
depressed having those days, and that's not a good day to stay in bed.
right.
So, like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, no, get your ass up, even if I don't want to, and I push myself. But that's what people don't understand too, is a struggle with that because it's like, well, what am I supposed? What I'm getting up for what? I know
Right.
I have shit to do, but like, does it really fucking matter if I don't do it today? No, it really doesn't. Like,
No,
I
not
don't have
really.
shit going on in my life right now. Like, what
It
difference?
can
It
happen
can wait.
tomorrow.
And
Exactly.
that's not the good mindset to have because they say what you put off today, you don't do tomorrow.
Right.
Like, I'm telling myself, I don't have to do it today because I have all this time. Eventually, I'm not going to have all this time. So I got to do it. So I had to put myself in a situation where get your ass up, do what you got to do,
Mhm.
push yourself, and
You have to
eventually you're
change
going to.
your perspective.
And that was hard.
It is hard. That's why when people say people can change, absolutely. I'm
They
100%
can, but
firm
it's
believer that
difficult.
people can change because I'm someone who has changed. I also know how much self-control and integrity it takes to change and maintain a change, which is why most people don't do it.